of education. We are talking of developments and pre-waste collection. We have details of this report with Gerard Dinase.
Environmental education contributes to a better understanding of environmental, social, cultural, and ethical independencies, an educational value that helps learners make responsible decisions and act accordingly. This was the reason for this forum organized in Douala as part of the activities of the 21 schools in Douala 1 municipality, a project known as the UNESCO Heritage Sustainable City.
Today
was a lot more about talking about the pre-collection of waste, and it was a lot more about having us accompanied by the different associations that have always worked with us, but also to involve schools, high schools, colleges in such a way that the process we are implementing takes place in the best possible way.
The exchanges centered on the capacity building of teachers in the Douala 1 Council on education for sustainable development and management of waste, and the awareness of students in this constituency with a view to the pre-collection and selection of waste.
Les politiques publiques qui sont en train d'être mises en place sont celles qui concernent
the public policies that are being put in place are those concerning education and those concerning the environment. So, the two deputy mayors who have these skills worked together to offer the schools of Douala 1 concrete activities to put in place, which concerns intercultural education, living together, which concerns sustainable development education with a specific point, pre-collection of waste, selection of waste and recycling activities that can be carried out in schools.
The objective was to promote integrated urban development by means of the synergies put in place in order to make the Douala 1 municipality a sustainable, intercultural and clean council.
From the littoral region, let's move over to the northwest region of the country, where ministers, directors, senators, just to name this few, have taken part in a training workshop on their role and the different things that the public independent conciliators are supposed to be doing. During the addressing speech to the elite, public conciliator Tamfo Simon Fai reminded them that as a public conciliator, they are the watchdog of the society and also crusaders of peace. Our Northwest Regional correspondent Nebat Jerome has details in this report.
Since the Public Independent Conciliator took office on Thursday, July 8, 2021, Mr. Tamfo Simon Fai has engaged a lot of stakeholders comprising senior divisional officers in their capacities as supervising authorities for the local councils, members of the House of Chiefs of the Regional Assembly, members of the House of Divisional Representatives, mayors, and this time it was the turn of Northwest elite to have a clue of the functionality and roles of the Public Independent Conciliator.
Though we have come to the end of our seminar, I want to think that this is just the beginning of serious networking and collaboration we have to nurture to consolidate the wonderful ideas you have generated into concrete actions in your various communities. The PIC is open to more contributions on ways and means we can work for a better future for our communities.
The Public Independent Conciliator has as its main mission to receive and resolve disputes between beneficial population, users of regional or local council services. Former Prime Minister Philemon Yang, who participated with keen interest, said the PIC is as important as the peace solution the people are seeking.
The seminar was very important. The Public Independent Conciliator is an important institution which has been put in place as part of the system of decentralization. If we do not understand what is being done by the Public Independent Conciliator, it would be a difficult situation for us. The PIC is helping us do good work and make decentralization more pragmatic.
As a strategy, the Public Independent Conciliator has opted to work to prevent conflict and dispute rather than wait for dispute to resolve. Having been in office for over 15 months today, the PIC has received 64 complaints, of which 54 have been treated, while 11 as
The national flag was officially handed over to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon as they prepare to go in for the World Cup, that FIFA World Cup that will be taking place in Qatar this 2022. It was handed over during a colorful ceremony yesterday, Wednesday, November 9th, 2022 at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium here in Yaoundé, presided over by the minister, that is the director of the Civil Cabinet at the Presidency, Samuel Vondo Oyondo, on the behalf of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya. While handling this flag, he called on the Indomitable Lions to be one another's keeper, to adopt a spirit of fair play, and to defend the national colors as they will be traveling to Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. Bertrand Tita tells us more in this report.
It was during a farewell ceremony in Yaoundé on November 9th that the Minister, Director of Civil Cabinet at the Presidency of the Republic, Samuel Vondo Ayolo, in the name of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, handed over the country's flag to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon as they take off to Qatar for the 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup.
Indomitable Lions, on behalf of the President of the Republic, I am handing over to you the flag of the Republic, which is the most significant national emblem. You are therefore called upon to honorably represent Cameroon at the 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
Speaking through this solemn event, Minister Ayolo Vondo called on the boys of Rigobert Song to be ambassadors of Cameroon throughout the competition with hard work, courage and fighting spirit in order to make the country proud. While handing over the flag to the flag bearer team captain Abubakar Vincent, the minister reminded him of the government's support to ensure the smooth participation of Cameroon in the world's most prestigious football bonanza. While in Qatar, Cameroon will lock horns at the group stage with Switzerland, Serbia and Brazil. The solemn ceremony at the 40,000 capacity Amadou Ahidjo Stadium was attended by top government ministers like that of Sport and Physical Education, Narcisse Moelle Kombi, the president of the Cameroon Football Federation, Samuel Eto'o, among other football lovers. The ceremony to hand over the country's color was spiced by a football friendly thereafter between the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon and the Reggae Boys of Jamaica.
The Indomitable Lions of Cameroon played at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium yesterday, Wednesday, against the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. The match ended with a 1-1 tie. It was a warm-up match, the third warm-up match phase that is leading them towards the FIFA World Cup that will be taking place this 2022. Going by reports, Bertrand Tita says, after watching the match, the performances are quite admirable. His report.
The last but one warm-up in preparation for the Qatar expedition that begins this month between the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon and the Reggae Boys of Jamaica was tough yet interesting following the performance of the home-based squad. 6 minutes into the game, Abubakar Vincent and Mario Saibu's poor combination misused an opportunity to open scores for the Lions. At the 28th minute, Jamali's full length denied Abubakar's shot through a free kick from penetrating the goal line. At the 44th minute of play, Vincent Abubakar gave way for Wasu Patient to permit the entire squad consist of home-based players. At recess, it was no goal on either side. Upon resumption for the second and conclusive half of the game, scoring chances were squandered by the boys of coach Rigobert Song, and at 6-1, a defense blunder by the Lions defenders gave McMaster Justin an opportunity to force goalkeeper Bapi Marcelin to pick the ball at the back of the net. One goal down, the Lions did not lose hope as Jawa Kaiba replied 12 minutes after with a long-range shot to level scores. When the final whistle sounded, it was 1 for the Lions, 1 for the Rigo boys. 3 warm-up games played so far, 2 defeats conceded and a draw on home soil. Football lovers are optimistic that the Lions will not only represent the country in Qatar, but will show up a good performance in defending the colors of the nation. Their last friendly is slated this November 18th against Panama in the Middle East.
We remain in a sports pitch where the Indomitable Lions went on a 1-1 tie with the Reggae Boys of Jamaica that saw the participation of over 25,000 die-hard football fans who streamed into the stadium. It was an opportunity for these fans to also assess the level of preparedness of the Indomitable Lions as they will be going over to Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. Bertrand Tita says some of them were of the opinion that the Indomitable Lions are up to the task and they are not going in for an adventure. He tried to sample some opinions of football fans after the match. This is what he has to say.
Thousands of spectators converged at the Yaoundé Amadou Ahidjo Stadium to commune with their darling team, the Indomitable Lions, as they take on Jamaica in their last but one warm-up against preparation for the World Cup. The performance of the home-based players were exceptionally beautiful, as described by some of the football lovers.
This type of game, we are convinced that the Lions can really do better, because with this team, Rigobert Song, he took, but I think it's the third team. So with the formation he's going to bring out tomorrow, to be better in the days ahead. So we believe the Lions can really do it. So we have hopes.
Actually, it is something that we can really praise the Indomitable Lions, at least for the past matches that they have been playing, the friendly matches that they played there in Asia. We did not actually see the good football that they play, but even though they're here on the field, they play 1-1, but we are really convinced that when they go to Qatar, something can come out of them. So
many streamed into the stadium to bid farewell to the Lions as they will be defending the country's colors.
Proud. I'm so happy to see these young boys playing so well today, because it's the future. So we say congrats for all the team, and we say congrats to the Fecafoot.
Fan clubs and other supporters expected to join the train to Qatar also made their presence felt with all their gadgets in order, with their choreographies worthy of admiration. Much is expected from the Lions in this year's world's biggest football bonanza that will take place in Qatar.
From sports, let's move out of the country, where some 1,000 troops have been deployed by Kenya's parliament for a new regional force in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. This new force deployed is to assist in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo to fight against the rebel forces that are causing panic in that part of the country. These and other stories with Gerard Dinase.
Kenya's parliament has approved the deployment of nearly 1,000 troops for a new regional force in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo amid questions about the $37 million cost for the first 6 months of the mission. A parliament committee report says the money will be spent on equipment, allowances and operations for the more than 900 troops joining the East African Community Regional Force that will support Congolese forces against armed groups. The Kenyan forces will be based in Goma, Eastern Congo's largest city. The regional force agreed upon by heads of state in June and led by a Kenyan commander also has 2 battalions from Uganda, 2 from Burundi and 1 from South Sudan. Thousands of public servants began a one-day strike in South Africa this Thursday over wage demands. The work stoppage is being led by one of South Africa's largest public service unions, the Public Servants Association, which has some 235,000 members. The dispute over public servants' salaries flared up after a Labour minister announced last week that he would increase salaries by 3%, while the unions were demanding 6.5%. According to the union, the minister's irresponsible attitude has degraded already fragile social relations and deepened the lack of trust with the social partners. 2 district hospitals in Uganda have been under a lockdown since mid-October, with dawn-to-dusk curfew, a ban on personal travel, and public places shuttered. This is following the reappearance of the Ebola virus after 3 years that has sparked fear in Uganda, with cases now reported in the capital Kampala as the highly contagious disease that has made its way through the country of 47 million people. In all, 53 people have died, including children, out of more than 135 cases, according to the latest Ugandan Health Ministry figure.
Dear viewers, that report out of the country brings us to the end of 6 p.m. news. Thanks for watching. God willing, next week at exactly 6 p.m. we will be together. Have a blessed weekend.
Nous recevons en posture d'invité une sommité de l'univers diplomatique au Cameroun et en Afrique.